Barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam.
Alhamdulillah. Assalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Welcome to another installment of the R2F show. Today we're going to be doing just an open conversation, open Q&A. So if you have questions, go ahead and sign on. You can message us on WhatsApp, but preferably just type it into any of the chats that you're watching the show on so we can get them and answer any questions. We didn't have much planned to talk about today, just kind of maybe give you guys the lowdown of what we're going to be doing in the future. We are going to be going first. Ramadan's coming up, so this is going to be the last show before Ramadan, unless something crazy happens that we need to jump on for.
Yeah.
But what else? What else? What crazy? What else? What crazier can happen than stuff we've already covered already? It's the same old, right?
Yeah.
Um, we might do some kind of we might do a couple of Ramadan shows on Islamic topics.
Yeah. Strictly Islamic topics.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about any of the cults. We try to
We've
focus
done in the
on our
past.
ibadah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, what else is going on? We might have to jump on to give an update about Sal's case because that 21-day deadline will be like in the middle of Ramadan.
Hmm.
So we'll keep you updated on that. But I don't know if there'll be much to update. We might just make a separate video and just post it for you guys to
Yeah.
see.
Randomly. Nothing too
Um,
important going on.
Real quick, I just wanted to talk about, and I know people that are involved in giving dawah to um, these deviant cult groups, whether it be
Well,
the
no,
Tomoan
yeah.
group or
Hmm.
the Dream Cult or these other cults that we're now encountering that people are reporting to us, which, inshallah, we're going to get time to address them as well, is just how, and I try not to think of myself in that situation, but I probably was, but how stupid you become when you're involved in these groups because all your common sense, all your logic, everything goes out the window. Like it's frustrating dealing with these people. Very frustrating. And an individual mentioned, and I've heard this multiple times in different forms, but basically, a person from the Tomoan group, a Tomoan, was saying, "What are these people in R2F going to do if they find out on the day of judgment that Mubarak Jelani is true, right? Now, which is okay, whatever. If you're a Samoan, you believe in that, and you know that for you, that's a valid question. Whatever. It's not a valid question for anybody that has any sense of that. That's actually Muslim and knows anything about Islam. But let's play your game. The thing that really frustrates me is that the people that say this are people that have been kicked out of the group,
Hmm.
and even so far as they've been labeled enemies and devils by Mubarak Jelani, the leader of the cult group. So let's walk this through. You are in the same boat as us. You've been labeled a devil and an enemy, right? But you still believe in this stuff. So now ask yourself the same question. What are you going to do when you stand in front of Allah on the day of judgment? And let's scenario one. You find out Allah confirms that whatever you believed was true. Guess what? You're going to hell because the person that you believed in condemned you and said you're an enemy and you're a shaitan and you're a devil. That means what he's saying was true. That means you're going to hell.
Hmm.
Scenario one. What's the other scenario? You find out that it's false. Guess what? You're going to
Going
hell.
to hell. Uh-huh.
You still believe in this false.
Yeah.
What? And it's like, what is wrong with these people? It's
I mean, yeah, it doesn't serve them any benefit. And I guess maybe you're trying to just like you're trying to bash us, so that you can try to get back in the graces of the Samoans, and the Sheikh of Noor. But then, like, it's really worth it. Like, you're going through all this trouble. Listen, no one really has a problem with us in reality. Like, you don't have a problem with us. You just have to seem down for your particular cult group, so you can say, "Hey, I'm down. I challenge these guys, and
Mhm.
their beliefs." But in reality, like, you don't really believe it. You know, you don't believe it. Like, folks are trying to rejoin the cult for all kind of just dumb things. Like, you joining the cult for a wife. You can't get married to any other girl in the whole world. A basketball tournament. Like, these are the reasons why you're
Yeah.
engaging in circus is for this trivial stuff. It's damn near like when I've had some conversations in the past with atheists at
Mhm.
college, and atheists are very arrogant. And like, oh well, how do you know that your religion is correct? Blah 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 blah. Because there's like a million of them. I'm like, listen,
Mhm.
all I'm gonna say to you is, I wholeheartedly believe that Islam is the correct way. But listen, if Islam isn't the correct way, right, and there is no hell, I'm fine. But if
Yeah.
there's hell, listen, bro, you are cooked, my nigga. you, you are fried, all
Exactly.
right. You are definitely
Exactly.
gone, all right. So
Yeah.
uh, I'll take my
Exactly.
chances, all right. I'll take my chances. Yeah, y'all don't have much to stand. Like it's just dumb. Like really, like I
Yeah.
don't know.
And
Um,
it never fails that when someone's actually sincere, they ultimately find their way out of the mess.
mhm,
Like no matter how deep they are down the rabbit hole, if you sense sincerity in them, and you can sense it when you're having conversations with them because they'll accept obvious truth. They'll use a little bit of logic.
mhm,
They'll trust what you're saying when you're quoting hadiths and Quran,
mhm, yeah,
and they'll find their way out of it eventually. And it's time and
mhm,
time again you
inshallah.
see someone that's actually sincere. It might take them. Some people take some months. Some people take 3 months. Some people take several years. But you hear about like, oh, what's going on with so and so? Oh yeah, they're not on the juice
You
anymore.
see, yeah, doing X
But
Y Z.
yeah, and you can see signs of it because you'll hear little statements they make when they were on the juice, and you're like, yeah, that's that one seed statement that like they're probably going to be getting off the juice sometime soon.
Yeah,
You know, so
and
alhamdulillah.
typically it's like I wish it was like a spiritual thing, but typically for people to start asking just like common sense non-Islam questions, like, oh, hold on, where does the money go? And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, it's a code. So he starts. So like
Yep.
simple things like that can really help you get off that. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a thing for real.
So
Um,
I don't think we have any questions.
I don't think we do
So
any.
we'll give 3 more minutes till 8:10. Make a nice round number in case anybody wants to ask a question. Type it in the chat.
Please feel
Again,
free or
coming up,
reach out.
we're going to eventually be addressing Muhammad Qasim's Dream Book. We're going to come out with a full publication refuting some of the beliefs in there, so that the Dream Cult people will have something to refer to that'll always be there public, so that
Yeah.
people will stop being misguided by that. We're going to start addressing some of this modernism, Islam, Westernism
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I have a video planned on that for Saturday, inshallah. That
Yep.
is it's probably gonna be long, just because like some of the stuff just pisses me off. So I might just rant for a while because like I've been seeing things, but it's like certain things that like men say and women say that are Muslim or reverts. Like, bro, there's just no way you believe this. There's
Yeah.
just no way. It's just like the whole thing of like wearing a scarf. It's like anyway. I'm gonna get to it on the video. Certain things is just that.
Kind of rule that like the Western imams make, like after you take Shahada, you're not allowed to make any social media videos until for like a year.
I mean, but
Because
like even if they are cool, like you're documenting your journey on becoming a better Muslim. But then like my thing is like they'll be doing one thing, right? Okay, it's like alhamdulillah, like this brother, he stopped drinking alcohol, right? Okay,
hmm
but he still fornicates, and it's like, bro, you can't fornicate either. And they're like, bro, you're freaking being too hard on him, like one step at a
Oh
time.
my gosh, yeah.
It's like he's gonna go to hell if he listens to you guys. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, Allah. But yeah, I'm gonna cover that inshallah tomorrow, and the Israeli soldier who set himself on fire. I'm gonna cover that tomorrow too as well because
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
these
I
Muslims
seen a
are
couple of videos
yeah
on that with
yeah.
people like
He's
praising
a
him or
martyr,
whatever.
Shahid.
Like
Like no, he's not. He's
he
probably
committed
going.
suicide. Yeah. Like what?
Yeah,
Like
I don't think
you
you
know.
understand, buddy. It sounds
Yeah.
good though.
It's funny because I'm taking an Al-Qaeda class and we're
Mm.
covering deviant sex. It's like the third class I've taken on like deviant sex throughout
The
my
Qadianis,
journey. So like yeah, those I mean they're not even one of the originals. These guys, those are like modern
yeah,
guys,
modern days, yeah.
right? And they're not even considered. One thing I learned is that they're not even considered a deviant sect because the deviant sects of Islam are actually still considered part of Islam,
Like the Shia and the
right?
like.
Well, certain parts, certain Shiites or certain different like beliefs, like they're actually considered Muslims,
Mm-hmm.
but their deviancy doesn't take them fully out of the fold of
Full
Islam,
Islam.
right? Groups like the Qadianis, most likely groups like TMOA, groups like Nation of Islam, their their beliefs are so deviant
Yeah.
that they're called the Gulat or the extreme. Like they're not even part of the religion. We don't even like count them as part of like the 72 sects, which is saying something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Oh
you see a
well.
lot of these concepts. People are saying a lot of the phrases that these original sects of Islam were saying without even realizing. Like the whole idea of um you can't judge me. Only Allah can judge me.
Oh yes, only Allah can judge me. You don't know, but like, bro, Allah gives us the guideline to judge you.
Yeah. But
That's
guess
the, if you're not following in the guidelines of being a proper Muslim or a good Muslim, then guess what? You're out the like it's not you. You're not doing the right thing. Like, hey,
yeah.
if this brother's walking around with freaking skin tight freaking clothes on and has his shirt off all the time, bro, you're not covering your color. Like it's not
Yeah.
covered properly. So yes, bro, you're wrong. It's not that, oh, I'm the haram police. No, you're wrong. Like
Yeah.
it's okay. Just
And
improve
but
yourself.
the first people that started saying that were the Khawarij.
Yeah,
They said Ali because they're upset that Ali appointed arbitrators between him and Muawiyah,
Mama, yeah,
and
yeah.
they said only Allah can
And
judge.
judge,
You
yep.
put humans into judge. Only Allah can judge. It's the
And
same exact thing that
yeah.
they were saying,
And then they
And then like
rejected that. Anas ibn
this,
Malik came as well to talk to them. They rejected him as well. Like,
yep. So like you see, I've seen these things and these beliefs that these deviant groups had, even back towards the end times of the Sahabas, and it's like, man, people online say this type of stuff all the
all the
time.
time, yes.
All the time. Even like the dream cult where they're like, "Oh no, you don't know what's in his heart."
You don't know what's in
Right?
his heart. I know
And
that he doesn't have a beard though, or pray.
that's a belief of what they call the Morgia, who said
Mm.
that actions have nothing to do with belief. As long as you believe in your heart, you're good.
I believe I pray 10 times a day.
Yeah.
Just
It's
cause.
yeah, it's a sad state we're in. But alhamdulillah, I don't think we have any
Yeah.
questions.
Okay.
Again, let me put the little ticker on real quick for anybody that watches this video later so they could contact us. Where's it at?
We'll give you guys 3 minutes because we said we went to the 15 minute show. So,
Oh yeah, so we'll
yeah,
give them
we,
we got 3 more minutes.
get we
Nice.
get minutes, and
Yep.
then we can wrap there. Yeah, and it's funny because like, a lot of the problems in the ummah, like the folks like, oh, like Islam is like going downhill. Listen, all these problems happened back then as well. It
Yep.
wasn't it wasn't like this is a new thing. Like people were doing it as Janab back then as well. People
Hmm.
were leaders of the ummah and stuff like that, and were alcoholics. So history repeats itself. That's the one thing we learn about history. Like, it always goes back together. Like Yazid used to lead Salah drunk,
Yep. Yep.
and he was the Khalifa of the Umayyads. So I mean, it happens. But yeah, I think just learning your religion is so important, and just
Yeah.
seeing what you can do, and really just don't take your advice. If you are a social media influencer, in some way, shape, or form, do not take your religion from your comments telling you you're doing great. Don't do
Yeah.
it. Please don't. I've seen it so much. Like, oh my god, I also pray my Salah in English.
It's like
Stop it.
what?
Stop.
Why?
Stop it. I think it's fine. Like, okay, I'm happy you think it's fine. You can both be wrong.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
both be wrong on that
And
occasion.
sometimes it's hard addressing those because you have people that are you know just naive and don't
Yeah,
have knowledge and like they think they're doing okay and you don't want to discourage them. So some people refrain from telling them what's right because they don't want to discourage them. It's like
discourage them.
no,
Yeah,
you have to like if they're really down with Islam, they're gonna actually appreciate you correcting them. Because like the one sister, I think you mentioned that eventually she started praying
yeah. It was like
back in
2 weeks
Arabic.
later. She's like, yeah, start praying in Arabic again. I
Yeah,
fully know what it means now, so I pray in Arabic now. Mashallah.
yeah, simple.
Um, yeah.
But she doesn't realize how many
Folks have
people.
seen her other videos, and that's
Yeah.
the thing too. I feel like men need to hold men more accountable, and the
Hmm.
sisters need to hold sisters more accountable. Like sisters, like if you are a hijabi and you see a sister who has a scarf on, but like the scarf is just around her neck, and she's like, "I'm Muslim," then encourage her to, "Hey, sister, listen, like you have the scarf here, just put it over your hair. You'll
Hmm.
be okay."
Yeah.
And you can go from there. But yeah, I'm getting into my
and
rap
and it addresses the
for
issue of
tomorrow.
um because like there's always an issue of like when a man speaks up against the sister, like, sister, you need to dress, then they start, oh, that's not,
Every girl in
yeah.
the entirety of the internet spawns in to be like, "How dare you? You guys are always freaking judging, criticizing how they wear the hijab. You guys
Yep.
know how hard it
But it's
is."
like, well, why don't you address it? Go ahead.
Because
I don't want to.
she's trying her best. All right, listen, I'm talking about this tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
yeah, go
can't
ahead.
wait, y'all.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're done. We're at 15 minutes just about. Lahut Lamakans in Pakistan. And and we are out of here. Subhanallah, walhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar, wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-azim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Or like